keep the music playing.
Just having a cup of coffee from Be Kind Coffee on Washington Avenue. Good morning. Tuesday. Can you believe it's already Terrific Tuesday? Yeah, we got a busy show this morning. Lots of things to talk about. Lots of things to do. Derrick Dutton. When I booked Derrick, he said, look, I'll come do the show, but you got to bill me as the sexiest guitar player in the world. So I've got him booked. The sexiest guitar player in the world, Double D, coming up at 9 o'clock to play some music. I think he's going to bring his son, a Little Sexy is what we call him, to do the show this morning. Let's kick it off, find out what's happening in this crazy, zany world, and especially right here in Central Texas with our news from KWTX News Channel 10.
Today's news and weather is brought to you by the Backyard Bar, Stage and Grill. The Backyard Bar, Stage and Grill features a full restaurant and bar, a huge outdoor concert stage, a giant outdoor TV screen, fire pits, a roof deck, washer pits, cornhole pits, inside and outside seating, and much more. Located at 511 8th Street, Waco, Texas, 76706. Check out upcoming shows at backyardwaco.com.
From the News 10 newsroom, I'm Keisha Lopez. Fort Cavazos is now officially called Fort Hood again. The change is in honor of Colonel Robert B. Hood. The post was originally named after John Bell Hood, a Confederate general during the American Civil War. It changed in 2023 to honor General Richard Cavazos, the Army's first Hispanic four-star general. The new namesake, Colonel Robert B. Hood, fought in World War I and was awarded the Distinguished Service Cross. We're told the installation has received orders to implement the change on all of the signage and its online presence. An official ceremony will be held at a later date. Meanwhile, overnight, Coppers Cove firefighters battled a church fire. It happened around 10 o'clock in the foyer of First Baptist Church on West Avenue B. We're told the firefighters put the flames out quickly. Fortunately, no one was injured. The foyer sustained moderate to severe damage. From the News 10 newsroom, I'm Keisha Lopez.
Shower and thunderstorm chances are mostly out of the forecast for the next couple of days, but there are some very low opportunities for sprinkles here and there. Tomorrow during the morning hours, maybe a stray passing shower, 10% chance, that's really it. And on Juneteenth, we could see a stray thunderstorm late in the afternoon, early in the evening, but most for the next couple of days will likely stay hot and dry. Temperatures this morning out the door in the low to mid 70s, a bit of a warmer start compared to yesterday. We'll see highs about the same, low to mid 90s late.
You could not ask for a better day. Sunny and 92. Love it. I love it, man. Let some of this rainwater kind of suck up and dry up just a bit. My grass is so thick and so green right now. All it does is grow and makes me got to go out there and mow it about every 5 days. It's amazing. Hey, we kick the show off Monday through Friday the way that Jim and I used to do on the radio show. We do it every morning. We do our national anthem and our Pledge of Allegiance. Let's do it.
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's do it again so you get extra practice.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That is incredible, man, just to see that sign language there. Wow. Talented young little lady there with our Pledge of Allegiance. We kick it off that way every morning here on the Zach Owen Show. I want to say thanks to my sponsors, and that's our friends here at the Backyard Bar, Stage, and Grill, the boys at the Backyard. Also, my friends at Jack of All Trades Employment Services, Helen Underwood, ready to put you to work. My buddies over at Mike's Car Care Center on Sanger Avenue. Get that car, truck, or SUV repaired. Now we've got a new sponsor, Allen Samuels, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram. And we got a brand new sponsor. We're going to highlight and talk about them coming up in just a bit. But welcome aboard. We got a couple of more coming on real soon as well. If you'd like to advertise on the Zach Owen Show, like what you see Allen Samuels on the screen right now, well, you can do that. Just reach out to Rogue Media or reach out to me, Zach Owen. We'll take care of it for you. Today is Tuesday. Today, sunshine. If you're getting some kind of a glare or white to me, there is you can tell when the sun is really beaming down because it comes off of the blacktop outside on the street, shoots right through the garage door glass window right over here. But that'll go away here pretty quick. But it's just good to see sunshine out this morning. Great day to get out, go fishing, maybe play some pickleball, go golf. Maybe, you never know. Just get outside and enjoy our time when it's not raining here. A little bit later on, Double D, Derrick Dutton's going to be here to play music for you. Let's kind of go over what today is. Today, Tuesday. It is June 17th. Today is National Apple Strudel Day. Oh my gosh. I love apple pie, apple strudel, anything with apple in it. And you know, I've talked about it before. The last Zach and Jim trip went over to Germany for Oktoberfest and had some really good apple strudel over there. National Eat Your Vegetables Day. Come on, kids, eat your vegetable. Kevin, what's your favorite all-time vegetable?
It's funny, my daughter just asked me this question yesterday.
Yeah?
And I had to debate a bit. Growing up, it was peas. I love peas, but
Right.
I think that's because I'm a guy and I just like to play with them
Sure.
as balls. But now I would say corn. Corn has some good versatility on the cob, off the cob, all kinds of different seasonings. So I'm going corn.
You know what, corn on the cob, what makes it so good? Butter and salt and pepper.
Yeah.
Lather
Yes.
it up. But yeah, I love corn and I love green beans. I love just about every vegetable. I don't do Brussels sprouts. I don't care if you pan fry them in bacon grease and wrap them in cheese. I can't do them.
I've heard that like Brussels sprouts are all the rage, especially
Yeah.
like
Oh,
with
yeah.
barbecue and everything like that. Like you can smoke them up. Like I've heard that they're really good that way.
You go to any high-end fancy steakhouse and Brussels sprouts are on the menu nowadays. But I just can't do it. I'm sorry. Anyway, National Eat Your Vegetables Day. World Day to combat desertification and drought. Is that right? Desertification and drought?
Sure. That
This
works
is
for
the
me.
first time I've read this.
Yeah. Well, there's a first time for everything, Zach.
World Day to combat. You know, it looks like it's supposed to be something to do with the desert and drought. Desert, if it could be desertification. But I've never heard of desertification.
Yeah, that's pretty fancy.
Okay.
Sounds like a made-up word.
If you know what it is, enjoy that day. Today is a Nursing Assistant Day. So all of you nursing assistants out there, it's your day. Enjoy your day. National Mascot Day. My high school, what was your mascot in high school?
I was the Eagles, and I was the Eagle.
There you go.
For a year.
We were the Buffaloes. Haltom High Buffaloes. And we had Halloween was our color. Orange and black was our school colors. Haltom Buffalo. Anyway, National Mascot Day. It recognizes the fun and spirit mascots bring to teams, schools, and brands. Fans celebrate by dressing up and sharing photos of their favorite mascots today. So do that on social media. Get a picture of you and a mascot and post it up today. Send it to us. Send it to me, and we'll post it up for you there, too. Anyway, National Mascot Day and National Desertification Day. Whatever the hell that is, we don't know. Who knows, Clark? One day the mule kicks her and her eyes are crossed. The next day she falls in the well and they're straightened out. But don't you worry, Clark. She whistles like a bird and eats like a... Anyway. Hey, it is Tuesday morning. We're here at the Backyard Bar, Stage, and Grill. Take a break, and we'll come back and continue with more of this crazy show. Stick around.
Dive into adventure with Scuba.com, your ultimate destination for top-tier scuba and snorkeling gear. With over 20 years of experience, our expert staff, who've dived everywhere from the Galapagos to the Maldives, provides personalized advice to help you find the perfect gear for any underwater journey. Shop leading brands like GoPro, Aqualung, and Scuba Pro. Whether you're a beginner or a pro, trust Scuba.com for the best in diving equipment and expert guidance. Explore now at Scuba.com. That's SCUBA.com. Scuba.com. BizChair.com, your one-stop shop for premium commercial furniture that blends quality with affordability. From ergonomic office chairs to durable restaurant seating, we cater to diverse industries including corporate, medical, hospitality, and education. With over 20 years of experience, we offer fast shipping, exceptional customer support, and furniture solutions that stand up to high-traffic environment. Elevate your space with BizChair's vast selection of stylish, reliable, and cost-effective furniture. Visit us today at BizChair.com to transform your business. At Mitzi, we believe the right light can transform any space. Born from a third-generation lighting family, we craft beautifully designed, premium lighting that's made to be affordable. Inspired by Grandma Mitzi's eclectic style, we're on a mission to make high-quality lighting accessible to all. Whether you're updating your space or adding a unique fixture, Mitzi has the perfect design for you. Beautiful, well-made lighting without the high price tag. Discover your perfect light at Mitzi.com. That's MITZI.com. Mitzi. Founded in 1910, Samsonite is the world leader in durable, high-quality luggage and travel accessories. Made to the highest standards, our products won't let you down. We give you the confidence to get out there and explore. Inspired by the past, devoted to the present, and built to inspire a multi-generational future, Samsonite is here to elevate your journey. Travel with Samsonite and pack confidence every step of the way. Shop now at shop.samsonite.com. The grinder mentality that Randy and Brent Habert built into 44 Pro runs deep within our team. Every member shares a passion for the craft, the game, and most importantly, the player. When you step onto the field with a 44 Pro custom glove, you'll feel the difference. It's not just a glove, it's a 44 Pro. Crafted with dedication, made for performance, and built to last. Get your custom glove today at 44pro.com and experience the 44 Pro difference. That's 44pro.com, 44 Pro. Golf Partner, the world's largest golf store network, offers more purchasing opportunities than anywhere else. With a dominant market share and a wider selection of quality secondhand golf clubs than our competitors, we make it easy for you to enjoy the game with affordable, top-quality equipment. Join us at golfpartnerusa.com and discover why we're the trusted choice for golf lovers worldwide. That's GOLFPARTNERUSA.com. Golf Partner.
Since 2003, Bluehost has been empowering people to harness their brands online with innovative web hosting solutions. Trusted by over 2 million users, we're the longest-running WordPress.org recommended host. With Bluehost, you get a safer, better web experience, supported by the world's most popular site builder, and backed by our commitment to open source projects. Visit Bluehost.com today and take your website to the next level.
Experience the future of secure private cloud storage with Internix. Protect your files with end-to-end encryption, ensuring your data stays private and accessible only to you. Enjoy seamless, fast storage without compromising security. Visit Internix.com today and take control of your digital life. That's INTERNXT.com today.
Be the best parent to the best S-Pup. For Kitty, we decode more than 100,000 data points, so you know what makes them walk, talk, and act like only they can. We provide the best care and make smart health decisions, now and forever. Plan better, care smarter, love longer. Wisdom Panel, the world's leading pet DNA service.
Visit roguemediamusic.com for more music.
That famous music right there, Rogue Media's Echo and Show music. We're live at the Backyard Bar, Stage, and Grill. We're here 8 to 10 o'clock. I wasn't actually doing the, I'm not doing that. That was just, I was pointing. I don't know why I was pointing, but anyway. Hey, 8 to 10 o'clock, Monday through Friday, we do the show live here at the Backyard. We have a great time. I have different guests stop by. Someday we don't have a guest, but every day we've got a musician. Comes up at 9 o'clock, plays for us. I just 15 minutes ago booked a young lady, Texas Trouble, going to be here late July. So I'm booking into July now. If you would like to be on the show, here's kind of the rundown of what's we expect or what we want. It's acoustic. I mean, we do have a microphone set up, but you can't plug up an amp or whatever. It's all acoustic. You can bring 2 or 3 people with you. It doesn't have to just be a singular person. We can have somebody play the cajon or the beatbox or tambourine, whatever. Banjo, guitar, bass, acoustic guitar. Why is it when people talk about guitar, they stop and go, I don't know why. But you can do that. Just give me a call. Give me a shout out. We'll put you on the show. Booking for July right now. All of July. The only show we're not going to do on a Monday through Friday in July is the 4th of July. We're doing a, what did we decide to call it, Kevin?
I had a crazy idea of like, what?
Well, they came up with a logo.
Freedom, firework, flashback Friday on the 4th.
Flashback Friday, Freedom Frolic.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I mean, all the schools, they love alliteration. The Robinson Rockets,
yeah.
Everybody loves the alliteration.
I don't know. We may have a fireworks show here in the building. Just don't tell the guys here at the Backyard.
Right, don't tell them. Yeah, bad idea.
But that's the only day we're not going to. We're just kind of a best of show. We do this thing live, and we're excited about having different artists come in. We've had so many great talented artists stop by and sing. 90% of the singers come in and do original material, get their songs out, and that's what we encourage, original material. But you can sing a cover if you want to. I like that. But reach out to us, reach out to me, reach out to Kevin. We'll book you to come in. It's usually 5 acoustic songs. 5 acoustic songs. I was talking about banjos and, we've had a squeeze box. We've had an accordion on the show.
That was one of my most fun shows. It made me feel like chips and guac and queso.
I mentioned something on Ann Harder's show the other day. I said, something I haven't had, the bagpipes. I want to see you run the sound for bagpipes. You probably don't need sound.
No. It's just, it fills the space, we'll say.
Yeah. So, we'd love to have you on the show, no matter your age. A lot of people, they're in school 8 to 10 o'clock. Summer's going to roll around. In fact, what's the first day of summer is next Friday? Not this Friday.
Yeah,
or is it this Friday?
The 20th. That would be this Friday.
Yeah, it's this Friday. Is the first day of summer. So we got summertime for the kiddos. So if you have a band, a high school band, or some guys that sing together or solo, and you couldn't come in during school time, well, by golly, reach out to me. Let's get you in July or August. Very simple. We'd love to have you on this show. Love to have young people stop by and be on the Zach Owens Show. All right, Kevin is a little bit in the dumps this morning because his Pacers lost, and it's now, 3-2?
Yeah, it's 3-2.
Series is 3-2. Yep. Oklahoma leads.
Yep.
And give us a quick rundown. You were telling me one of the key players got hurt, but one of the guys came off the bench and did quite well.
Yeah, Tyrese Halliburton, the starting point guard, went down, re-aggravated a calf, but then his backup, TJ McConnell, 6'1" out of Arizona and Duquesne, came in 10th year in the league and scored 18 points off the bench to give a nice spark. And they cut it to 2 within the fourth quarter, but couldn't quite overcome some of the whistles that were going on.
Jim and I, for years, any playoff, whether it's NBA, NHL, whatever, where it went 7 games. I think that's everything but Super Bowl. Everything but NFL, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, there's series in NHL.
We always said it's rigged. It's so rigged because, hey, let's go 7 games. We'll sell more T-shirts, merchandise. We'll sell more commercials. The TV guys are going. But you would like to see it rigged, go 7 games, and the Pacers win.
The Pacers need 7 games now in order to win. So now I'm fine with it.
If the Pacers win, you would take off and go up there and go to the big parade, wouldn't you?
I don't know about that.
You would do that. Don't give me that. I don't know.
I don't know.
You could be that guy on the street that I could go to. Hey, Kevin's the guy on the street there at the Pacers celebration.
Right. Yep, man on the street and give you a live update. There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, so next game is when?
The next game is Thursday. 2 games between. So
yeah, because they got to travel.
Yeah, they got to travel back to Indianapolis.
Okay. All right.
Thursday.
Hopefully Kevin gets in a better mood between now and then, gets all fired up.
If you want, you can go check out me calling out the NBA on our podcast station, All Indiana Sports. So
okay.
I have a little short where I call out the NBA for exactly what you're talking about.
I love it. All right, somebody else I love, Nashville Cat. She gives us the nitty-gritty from Music City each morning about this time. We're going to check in with her right after this.
Today's edition of Nashville Cat on the Zach Owens Show Live is brought to you by Be Kind Coffee. Be Kind Coffee's ultimate goal is to promote kindness. 1534 Washington Avenue. Sit down and stay a while. Be Kind Coffee is open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. BeKindCoffeeCrew.com.
Lauren Elena's first meal after giving birth was sushi. She really missed it because she couldn't eat raw fish while pregnant. Luke Combs just became the second best-selling country artist
He's
in
like, it
history.
I've got a couple local
Dolly's
ones.
Opening a hotel in
I'm gonna
Nashville
go with
next spring with 245 rooms. It's called Song Teller, and we'll have 2 entertainment venues with one on the 11th floor for the
because I figure Shania Twain, Alabama, Dolly Parton, Reba McEntire, Aaron Tippin, probably all going to get us kicked off.
Oh, yeah.
Next door
we can't do those.
Post
so
Malone.
I'm going to go with Guy Forsythe.
Sometime this summer. Jason calls Post a really good guy.
And then I got a couple local ones I can throw in there.
Show.
There we go.
I love Nashville Cat. And if you heard me last week, Nashville Cat, not I wouldn't say her retirement, but Nashville Cat is stepping away from doing the country music reports. Her husband and Kat are going to concentrate on a movie. They're either writing or producing.
I think it's producing.
Okay, a movie. And so she's got to step away and concentrate on that. And I sure am going to miss her. Her last day will be 2 weeks from, or something like 2 weeks, I think June 30th maybe.
Yep.
But anyway, Kat's been around. Me and Jim, Zach and Jim show for many years. We hate to see her leave. But we are going to find, we've already come up with Detroit Dog is going to take Nashville Cat's place. The latest country music news from Detroit, Michigan.
Motown?
Yeah. No, we will have a replacement. I mean, you can't replace Nashville Cat, but we will have someone to do some Nashville news, maybe some local what's going on in local bars, local venues like the Will and the Hippodrome and out at Lakeside and places like that have live music. We'll get that going here real quick. Be Kind Coffee is one of our great sponsors. They're down on Washington Avenue. When I leave here, I go down that way and I pass by. Always a crowd down there. They're open 7 days a week. In fact, they're open right now until 6 o'clock tonight. Every Saturday and Sunday, they're open till 6 o'clock, 8 to 6 Saturday and Sunday. Make their own pastries, their own bagels, great coffee. You can buy a bag of beans and grind it yourself. Get a cup of coffee while you're there. Really nice people at Be Kind Coffee, Washington Avenue. Stop by today. Check them out online. It's BeKindCoffeeCrew.com. Be Kind Coffee Crew, CREW.com. Very simple. Music video time. Let's get the music rolling right now, Kevin. that will get your blood pumping on a Tuesday. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. Hope you had a great Monday. Here we are rolling along. Going to be beautiful, sunny and 92 today. Got a great show here for you. Derrick Dutton, Double D, is going to be the music. Going to bring his son, who I understand is really about to outplay him. He is that good. We'll have them playing on the stage here at the Backyard Bar Stage and Grill a little bit later on in the 9 o'clock hour. Still to come, we got the bad joke of the day. We've got birthdays. We got today in country music history. We'll check in with sports and kind of hopefully Scotty or Zach will not dig the wound a little bit more for Kevin and the Pacers. That's coming up next hour. We'll talk about that. So busy show. Stick around for that. We'll take a break. Let's take a little short break right here. A little bitty. We like to say 2 and 2. How original is that? Back after this.
Mike's Car Care provides honest and professional automotive repair and auto maintenance services to the people of Waco and surrounding areas. Come by and visit our clean and professional shop. Mike's Car Care, open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. We're located at 4715 Sanger Avenue. Call us at 254-732-1202 or visit us on the web at mikescarcarewaco.com.
Protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Browse securely, access content from anywhere, and keep your data safe with military-grade encryption. Whether at home or on the go, NordVPN ensures your digital freedom. Stay secure. Download NordVPN today at nordvpn.com. That's NORDVPN.com.
If I've learned anything in the last year, it's that to show up as my best, I need to make intentional choices. And that goes back to the absolute basics. Number one, it's I have to move. And number two, to stay hydrated.
I have been using molecular hydrogen from Water and Wellness to support my health and well-being. It helps with energy, recovery, liver health, and more. The hydrogen has been a game-changing addition to my own wellness routine. The tablets dissolve into my water and deliver powerful minerals to help my body feel its best all day long.
It all began with a simple idea, cutting handles off old ski sticks to create better pull-up bars. This sparked the creation of the revolutionary Angles 90 handles. After testing over 70 prototypes with 300 athletes, our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Angles90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Back at the Backyard Bar Stage and Grill, we were talking yesterday. I was talking with Doug Eastland, and we were talking about the golf tournament, the Zach and Jim golf tournament that just wrapped up this past May, the 32nd annual Zach and Jim All-American Heroes Golf Tournament. We started this tournament back many, many years ago at James Connolly Golf. Oh, there's a picture of the hat. That's our 32nd annual hat there. And I'm sorry I don't have a picture for the back, but the back and on the top has all the platinum level sponsors that are there. Beautiful sewn, not just stick-ons, but really nice patches there for our platinum sponsors. But we started back at James Connolly. Kenny Durand was head over there, and we fell in love with Kenny and the way he does things, and just such a great guy. But when he moved over to Cottonwood Creek, we were kind of in a transition. We started the golf tournament, and originally we gave the money to EOAC. And we rolled along with them for several years. We wanted to grow. They didn't really want to grow. You know, as you always say, it takes money to make money. We wanted to grow, and so we decided to change. And Jim and I parted ways, and we went with the Boys and Girls Club of Waco. And that rolled along for a couple of 2 or 3 years. We moved from James Connolly. We went over to, at the time, I can't remember if it was Western Oaks or it had already changed names to Heather Run Golf Course over there in Woodway. But we moved over there for 1 or 2 years. And then Kenny says, hey, man, everything's rolling here at Cottonwood. Come on over. And we have been at Cottonwood Creek now forever, for many, many years at Cottonwood. They always treat us so good there. But another successful golf tournament. Even though we lost one major sponsor, we gained 3 or 4 next level sponsors that made more up for it than anything. But we were down a bit in golfers because we picked the weekend, same weekend as Ridgewood did their member guest tournament. So we lost some golfers. But we always have a long drive guy that hits a ball for you, and he can smash factor that ball deep. He takes donations for his charity and at the same time gives money to our charity, Chris Kyle American Valor Foundation. After the tournament, even though we had fewer golfers this year, he said, Zach, we set a record. So we went over anything we've ever done in the past. And then because of the auction items, the sponsors, everything, we ended up doing $25,773 and some change, which is up from last year. Great tournament. Weather was great. Entertainment was great. The party was great. Thank you to all the platinum sponsors, gold sponsors, the individual sponsors that sponsored the driving range, the putting green. The booze putting green was a huge success. But great tournament. Already looking forward to next year and the 33rd annual Zach and Jim All-American Heroes Golf Tournament. We know one thing, the hat won't be red. We change every year to a different color. We did a camo hat once, a white. We've done black. So you never know what's going to come up next year for our 33rd annual Zach and Jim All-American Heroes Golf Tournament. Thanks again to we've got a crew of people, guys and girls, that get together and help put this thing together. Doug Eastland, Ken Castello, Kenny Duron, Melanie Cody, Diane Walters. Who else? We got John Schultz is there. Kimmy, our tournament kind of director, we would call her. Kimmy does that. Boy, I think that's about it. If I'm missing somebody, I'm really sorry, just off the top of my head. But great golf tournament. Thanks again. Thanks to everybody who participated and got involved. Right around the corner, Zach and Jim Travel Club. I just got a message a couple of days ago from Bambi, who is back from, seems like 6 months in Alaska. She took a group of people up to Alaska. We've already done that trip twice with the Zach and Jim Travel Club. But Bambi just got back. She says, hey, the planning, what we call the planning, where they hand out the airline certificates, all the details of what's going on, and everybody makes plans on where to be and meet the bus and whatever. That'll be announced right now, July 13th. This is it. Maybe you've never heard this. If you're going on trip number 40, what we say, Kevin, 42? If you're going on trip number 42, going to a beautiful 15-day cruise to Greece, the Greek islands, Montenegro, Croatia, end up in Venice, Italy. If you're going on that trip, we have 75 people going. We are meeting on July 13th. That's a Sunday at 1 o'clock at the Allen Samuels Tennis Center / pickleball. They have pickleball now out there on Lakeshore Drive. July 13th, 1 o'clock. Out there will be the big meeting. Go ahead and put that down. And hopefully in the next 30 days on this show, Bambi's going to come in and we're going to announce all the details about trip number 44. Am I right?
I couldn't tell you. I thought we were
43, 42.
I thought we were 46.
44, 45. 40, yeah, you're right. So this trip coming up is 45.
Yep, I think that's right.
Yeah, I'm sorry, 45. Next trip will be May 11th of next year, May 11th, and trip 46 going to Turks and Caicos.
It's okay. It's a Tuesday.
I like that.
It's a Tuesday, you know.
But we'll have Bambi come in and give us all the details. Music video. Let's keep the music rolling. Kevin, let's roll, baby. Roll on, Mississippi.
Billy Joe Shaver was a friend of mine. I used to see him around Waco all the time. I always had a good story. There's always a story when it comes to Billy. Sad to say, I was one that actually had to help bury him. I mean, I picked up a shovel, and they said we bury our own. They meant it, so we all did that for Billy. So I wrote this song about this day that I laid a friend of mine down. When Billy Joe left this world, he left some of his magic behind. Part of the last steps, he asked me before about my boots being white. I didn't know I'd be one pitching dirt, standing with the family, the brothers that were earned. I sang at the funeral of Billy Joe Shane. Heard Tandy Tucker sing a cappella. I played lead guitar with another good fella. Listen to Chris Lowe sing Amazing Grace. I think about cranking my radio truck. When it caught my head, I had pressed my luck. But there's one thing that I know. Well, that was Billy Joe. I held that pearl-handled piece, the infamous one that you know. And Billy, he stopped by my house after his funeral. Then half my sandwich ended up on the floor. I just laughed and smiled, it was what I was looking for. I sang at the funeral of Billy Joe Shane. Heard Tandy Tucker sing a cappella. Played lead guitar with another good fella. Listen to Chris Lowe sing Amazing Grace. I think about cranking my ragged old truck. When it caught my head, I had pressed my luck. But there's one thing that I know. Well, that was Billy Joe. But there's one thing that I know. Well, that was Billy Joe.
We're live at the Backyard Bar Stage and Grill. Zach Owen Show. Hey, Pam Brazil, my friend. Pam, come over here. Come over here. Come over here. We don't have a microphone, but that's okay.
Get one that's short.
We don't have a short enough microphone. We just wanted to prove that you exist. Right here. This is Pam Brazil right here. Little Pam. Pam, where are you? Oh, there you are. Okay. Pam worked at WACO a couple of months before I started. She did radio sales for how many years were you over there? Over 23 years, maybe, something like that. Kevin's putting you a microphone up there. Oh, my gosh. Kevin is Johnny on the spot. Or we call him Kevin on the spot. One of the two. Now he's going to plug you in.
Oh, I'm not plugged in?
No.
Now I'm plugged in. I just
She
Yep.
needs to be plugged in. She hadn't been plugged in years.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Where's the drum? There you go.
Yep.
I like that. So Pam Brazil started out. Your son,
Yes.
Chris.
Yes.
Now I never did ask you this question.
Okay.
Is his real name Christopher?
Yeah.
Okay, I've
know
never
that?
known that. No.
You were in my family, and you should have known that.
That's true, but I didn't.
He only
Anyway,
was called Christopher when I was pissed off.
that's right. Maybe you were never upset with him.
Never. Oh, he's such a doll.
So Chris is one of the owners here at the Backyard Bar, Stage and Grill. And I see him, and the other day I said, "What's up with your mom? Your mom used to text me at least once a week, and then she's ghosting me. That's the new word."
Oh yeah.
And he goes, nah, she'll show up. Well, sure enough, looky here she is.
Yep. And I came for 2 reasons.
What was the 2 reasons?
Number one, you always, because
Thank you.
I'm gonna bring you something next week.
Oh yeah, she didn't bring us any donuts or anything today. Kolaches.
Right. And then Derrick.
You came to see Double D.
I came to see Double D. I used to drive him out of his mind.
At one point, Derrick worked at the radio station in sales with you.
Yeah.
What's the one thing you can remember about Derrick? What kind of guy was he? What kind of salesman was he?
He was a good salesman, I have to say, and he was a lot of fun to mess with because you could mess with him so easy. You know.
Will you say gullible?
Yeah. Yeah, if that's a strong.
He's not here to defend himself.
No,
yet.
but he will be. But he knows exactly what I'm talking about. We used to sit back to back, and I could call him on his desk phone and pretend I was a advertiser and wanted him to come, and he would just buy into it. So ask him.
And you're right behind him.
And I'm right behind him. And you remember Faye?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she would sit there, and Faye was very quiet. And you could see her just dying laughing. All he had to do was look around, and I was going. In fact, I used to email him, tell him I wanted him to come and present me.
Oh my gosh!
I know.
Derrick Dutton. He'll be coming up at 9 o'clock.
Double D.
Do you want to do the bad joke of the day?
Do I have to read?
Well, yeah, just a little bit. Not the whole. Did you bring your glasses?
No.
Can you read one of those?
Let me see.
Just pick one. Just look through it. No hurry.
Okay.
This show's live. Don't hurry.
Okay. All right, here.
You have one?
I have one.
All right, Pam has the bad joke of the day. Here we go.
Okay. Why did the carpenter quit his job?
Why?
Because he just couldn't nail it anymore. If you got
just couldn't nail it anymore. Oh, thank you. I'll save that.
Yeah.
You want me to autograph that?
Sure. Hold on.
There, and you just take that home and frame it right there.
There you go.
Pam Brazil this morning. Got Derrick Dutton coming up in just a little bit.
Yeah.
We're going to play another music video. Keep the old music rolling this morning. We'll be back. Back live at the Backyard Bar, Stage, and Grill. Great live music. We just finished up, Derrick, Pam Brazil told the bad joke of the day, and it was truly a bad joke of the day. We're going to take a commercial break, get Derrick Double D situated up on the stage, and then we'll come back with live music. Double D at the Backyard Bar, Stage, and Grill, Zach Owens Show.
Just use AmPace.
Pace.
Is your Mac running slow? Mac Booster 8 is your all-in-one solution to clean up 20 types of junk files, remove malware and viruses, and protect your device. It also optimizes your Mac's hard disk, fixes disk permission issues, and cleans memory, all to boost your Mac's performance to the max. Get your Mac running like new again with Mac Booster 8. Visit macboost.net today.
Finding a sleep sack that my baby likes has been a struggle.
The sleep sack from Joy is a major upgrade.
It's all natural eucalyptus, which is breathable and hypoallergenic, which is really great for your baby's sensitive skin.
And it's made with ClimateTac, which regulates your baby's temperature.
You can also get Joy's crib sheets, which are made of the same super soft material.
Joy gave my baby comfort
and gave me peace of mind.
At Matt Piffle, we believe in celebrating your journey, past, present, and future. Our unique personalized products are designed to boost your confidence, elevate creativity, and honor what matters most. From custom home decor to meaningful gifts, we help you cherish the memories that make you who you are. Visit mappiffle.com and start celebrating your story today.
Maud Lily is your go-to for stylish and affordable fashion that fits your life. Whether you're looking for the perfect swimsuit for a beach day, a chic dress for a night out, or cozy tops for everyday wear, Maud Lily has it all. Their extensive collection of swimwear, including bikinis, tankinis, and one-pieces, always keeps you on trend, while their dresses and tops come in flattering styles for every occasion. Visit maudlily.com today.
Natural Cycles identifies your fertile window by analyzing changes in your temperature. It's the first FDA-cleared birth control app. No hormones, no side effects, and 93% effective with typical use, and 98% effective with perfect use. Just measure in the morning, add your temperature into the app, then learn which days you can and cannot get pregnant. It's that easy. Learn more at naturalcycles.com.
A house is a property, but we live in homes. Home sweet home. Homes where the heart is. Home. There's no place like it. Homes are filled with memories and emotions. OfferPad knows this is your home, not your house. That's why we do what we do. Every day, we aim to deliver the best home buying and selling experience so you can spend less time real estating and more time living.
Visit roguemediamusic.com for more music.
I swear to you, I just saw a unicorn walk by the street, down the street. It's amazing. You see, Derrick, you got to sometime just come hang out with me early in the morning. You'll see everybody and anybody, celebrities, down and outs.
Well, remember, I was born and raised in Portland, Oregon, so I grew up with freaks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So there was confusion on my part, which I rarely get confused.
I was
right. This morning I get a text, and I just opened it. I didn't look to see who it was from, and it said, "Hey, can I bring my son?" Well, I knew you were going to be on this morning, and I know your son is playing guitar.
Yeah.
How old is your son now?
He's 13.
Oh, my God.
Birthday's in November.
13?
Yeah.
So that means you're what, 57?
Minus 4.
Anyway, I thought it was you, and I said, sure, bring him. Well, it turns out it was Patrick Shade, who's going to be on the show tomorrow, bringing his son. So, Patrick, yes, you can bring your son. Derrick?
But we can do this again. I'll definitely bring Rye.
I would love to have you bring him out and
We'll
play.
do it. We'll do it. He's getting to be a hot little player.
He could sit in the main chair, and you could play background.
Hey, I'll sit and just sing his praises. That's all.
All right, tell us about, we first of all, before we get into talking about you, Pam was here talking about your days. What year was that? What age were you when you worked at the radio station in sales?
Yes. So the funny thing is I went to the conference room. They were like having a interviewing process. And I got picked out of the group to interview, and I think Pam actually had her hand in the decision making. But that was around 01, 02, because I believe I left there in July of 07. So there was a good 5 years, and I loved it there.
Yeah, we always said, having Derrick around, that was the greatest 6 months of our life.
Yes, and I was the only dude, sales guy.
You were the only guy. Well, we had a lot of fun over there.
We did.
But anyway, tell us about Double D, Derrick Dutton. Where are you originally from? And tell us about Derrick.
Oh, wow. How long could this podcast
We got plenty of time. We got an hour.
So
the longer you talk, the less you have to play.
Okay, I'll talk all day then. So I was born and raised in Portland, Oregon. My mom and dad were San Francisco Haight-Ashbury hippies. And so that I was born in 1972. My dad was in a band called Sky River during the 70s and being scouted by Capricorn Warner Brother Records. That was like the Southern rock and roll record label, Marshall Tucker Band, Allman Brothers. I mean, so my dad's band was being scouted by them. And this was in the 70s. Well, the 80s were fastly approaching, and the 80s sound was way completely different than the 70s.
Right.
So Capricorn said, no, we're not going to sign another wannabe Southern rock and roll band out of the Northwest. So that did not go as planned with my dad and his guitar. So he chose another career path, which would be an illegal career path. And so, and around that same time, unfortunately, my mom had a mental health issue. She had schizophrenia.
Right.
So she's been missing since 1979 till this day. So I was living with her up to like the last times of being with her, and then my dad finally took custody of me. So then at that point, it was the 80s, and it was just my dad and I. Mom was missing. She's still missing. And then my dad surviving the streets with my dad being a cocaine dealer and a heroin addict. So that's no joke. And so I kind of raised myself.
Yeah.
But that was my normal. That was my normal. Yep. Pam's sitting at my dad.
This past Father's Day, you posted an old pic, and when I've seen that pic before, and when I saw it, I thought Peter Frampton was the first thing that came to mind. The little outfit he had on and everything, and the hair.
And the funny thing about that pic, which is why I like to post it, because I got daddy issues a little bit about my dad.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hard on him about some of the choices he made, or some of the, okay, this is a little bit of a sidebar, but being a dad now, a father now of 3 beautiful, wonderful kids and a father and stuff, a husband, one thing is I realized the only thing that I wanted from my dad was more time.
Yeah.
I wanted to be with him more. That's what
Exactly.
I resent. It wasn't his addiction. It was, I just wanted to be more time. I want to spend more time with you because
Yeah.
that's how I am with my kids. If I was
Right.
independently wealthy, we would be traveling, doing things together, just all that. So that's my biggest hang up with my dad is that. So that picture was 1971-ish, 2-ish. That Telecaster that he's holding is a 1972. It's my number 1 favorite guitar.
Wow.
It's got the color, the maple neck, the blonde body, and my dad had it for I don't know how long, but probably wasn't long until he pawned it because he pawned literally every guitar. So I post that pic because I am proud of the music that I get from my dad, the gift of being able to pick 6 strings and go.
Right.
It's the healthiest he looked, and it was the most strong and confident he looked. So, as I get over my daddy issues at 53, it's kind of part of my therapy, if you will, to kind of, share that. So
how did you end up in Waco?
So my escape from the lifestyle of Portland, Oregon, and the daddy issues was me joining the military. I didn't know, but I knew college was going to be in my route at some point. I didn't know in what capacity or when or what to even study, because I never really was a studious child. I mean, mine was just kind of like, let's just survive and get through, So I was kind of more like a B and C student. So college was never there. I was like, military. So I joined the Navy as a junior on what they call the delayed entry program. So when I would I'd be enlisted in the Navy, and I knew the minute that I walked across stage after commencement that I was in boot camp. So I joined my junior year, but the funny thing was I had to have my dad sign those delayed entry program papers.
Right.
Well, my dad was actually a draft dodger from Vietnam War.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so he wasn't, and he wasn't exactly a fan of, of that, right? And I get it. That was Vietnam was a completely different era and culture and all the different things that were going on. But I'm getting out of town. This is you don't have a choice, Dad. I'm out of here. So anyway, he signed those delayed entry programs. I was in boot camp 2 weeks after commencement from high school, and spent 5 years in the Navy. Now, my 5 years in the Navy, I was a jet engine mechanic. I'd been all over the world, lots of great stories. As I tell in my job interviews, my 5 years in the military were by far more beneficial for me and my skill set, who I am to this day, than 5 years at Baylor.
Yeah.
Because Baylor was kind of like checking the box, like, hey, see if I can survive financially, academically, and get a degree. So anyway, when I actually got out of the military, I moved to Wyoming. Sheridan, Wyoming.
Were you going to be a cowboy or something?
There was legit cowboys with their Australian sheepdogs running all over the place, below 30 degrees out there in the plains. Rough life. Yeah, no. So, but I actually had met a guy named Hugh Fidel. He's part of the Fidel family here in Waco.
Yeah.
He was actually an elk hunting guide up there. And he was buddies with the guy I was living with, who was a friend of mine, which he was the reason I was living in Wyoming, because that's where his parents' family business was. So I was going to community college, kind of getting my math, learning how to read and math again. And before I was going to apply for college. Well, this guy, Hugh Fidel, was like, hey, you ever think about Baylor? And I was like, I know nothing about Baylor. I just kind of sounded, I was like, is that Ivy League? It had the Ivy League sound to it. It's like, no, it's in Waco. It's like the largest private Baptist university in the world. And I was like, well, I'm not Baptist. At that point, I really was nothing. I was still trying to figure out who Derrick really was or all that stuff. So it sounded good. I thought I'd do it. I applied to Baylor, and I got in. So I was in Wyoming from October to like June, and then I packed my car up, moved down to Waco, Texas, and my buddy, Hugh Fidel's mom, had a guest house. She didn't even know me. She said, the key's under the mat. I lived in her guest house for 2 years and became one of her sons as well. She's very special. Maureen Fidel was her name. Very special woman to me. So it's funny, I lived with 2 single women, older women, Maureen Fidel, and then the other one was, I'm drawing a blank right now, but she was a lobbyist for Baylor.
Huh.
So but anyway, I lived with them for a couple years and got the first job I applied for at Circuit City, and worked there part-time and went to Baylor full-time. And at that time, what's that, Pam? Yes. Yes.
Let me ask you about those days living. Like, was it kind of like the Golden Girls?
That is 110% accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Three's Company, or one of those sitcoms, probably. Well, okay, let's don't get up to date with wife and kids yet. Let's play some music, and then we'll talk about that in a minute.
Sounds good.
First of all, tell me, before the song, when did you actually learn not just to strum around, but really play the guitar? What year?
Wow, that's hard. Okay, so probably it's going to have to tie back to Baylor. So I was pre-med at Baylor, and instead of studying organic chem 8 hours a day, I studied this thing 8 hours a day.
And that didn't get the chicks, but the guitar, you thought, I could get a girl with this.
Actually, I never really thought that. It was still because I wanted to be able to play from my heart and soul.
Yeah.
And that's why I was always wanted to be a soulful blues player.
Okay.
But it really was those first couple years where I was practicing 8 hours a day. Next thing you know, I was playing at open mics at the Blues Connection down here in downtown Waco. And then when I got into a power trio with like John Coots and Tony Calhoun, where we were playing 4 nights a week.
Oh, yeah.
And I was playing for one of the hottest rhythm sections around. I just had an open canvas where I could just fly. I could go and just, and you know, as we like to say, John Coots and I, Tony Calhoun's not around anymore, bless his heart, but Coots and I would say,
one of the greats.
One of the greats. Coots and I always said, man, we would have been huge in Europe.
And of course, there was that period of your life where you were the opener for David Koresh at Chelsea Street Pub.
Yeah, when he was easy to nab. Should have got him then.
Okay, enough craziness. Let's play some music. Here we go.
Okay, so I'm a big fan of slide guitar. I've always just kind of wanted that Delta kind of sound.
Right.
So I'm going to play some slide for you.
I thought for a second that blind Chitlin Ribs was going to walk in the door.
Me too.
Whew. Anybody, I know you said earlier about liking blues, rhythm and blues, and then the slide stuff. Was there somebody that really you wanted to hear, you really thought, man, this is what I want to be. This is who I want to be? Was there ever that artist that you looked up to?
Yeah. So there's so my son, his name's Rye, and I grew up on Rye Cooter.
Oh yeah, yeah,
yeah. And so that's who our son Rye's named after. Rye Cooter to me was just like the quintessential slide player. He was everything. And do you remember that movie with Ralph Macchio called Crossroads? Like 1984, where he was at the crossroads. He was actually in some school of Juilliard classical guitar, but he wanted to be a blues guitar player. Well, the guy that did all the soundtrack and the slide parts on that was Rye Cooter, and that album is just absolutely. It is a great soundtrack. It still is, and so it's funny. There's one of the really cool songs on there. It's called "Feeling Bad Blues." And it's when Ralph Macchio's having girl problems, and he just goes to the guitar and just starts playing this really deep, soulful, bluesy slide stuff. And so my son Rye and I, that's like our jam, our go-to. It's like Rye loves that album's like, I tell Rye, I'm like, Rye, you're actually older than me now than what I was when I was into that album, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I mean, it's really cool, especially to carry on. Oh, also funny thing. So I think I was trying to turn Rye onto the movie Crossroads when he was like 9.
Yeah.
And it's not really a PG movie or what a 9-year-old should watch.
It was close.
And it's on, and Marini, my wife, is like, why are we watching this? He can't watch this. And I'm like, no, it's a changing of the guard. He's got it's Blues Brothers and it's this.
Yeah.
Anyway, but we've gotten past that. So yeah, that's kind of, so Rye Cooter's, and another cool thing, the country connection, is I saw Rye Cooter play with Ricky Skaggs and Ricky Skaggs' wife at, oh gosh, I'm drawing a blank. If I wasn't nervous, I'd be able to spit it out pretty quick. Up in Dallas. And I've got a picture with my arm around Rye Cooter saying, I named my son after you. I don't think he heard a word I said.
Yeah,
man,
right.
Rye Cooter to me is the man. He's still the man till today. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. That's great.
I mean, I can go on and on. We could talk about Freddie King. We could talk about John Lee Hooker. We could talk about a lot of the guys that when it comes to, this thing.
Sure.
Slide's one thing, and for what I do in our Sunday drivers band, I play a lot of slide in that band, but I don't play it in open tuning. I play it in a standard tuning, which is a lot trickier of a skill, and so. But I love playing acoustic and slide and just doing this thing. But when in a band, it's trying to go for that Allman Brothers, Tedeschi Trucks type of thing,
I've always, I can't play any. I always tell people that I had a hard time playing the radio, but I've always thought steel guitar was one of the coolest. But man, it looks so. It's like a piano. You got to play with your feet, your hands, your
There's
knee.
so many levers and so many pedals and so many bends of everything, and it's like,
it's neat.
And if you notice when you see a really good steel player, they don't move.
Yeah,
they move their hands, and they're constantly like everything's so precise. Everything has to be so spot on, and it's almost like it's a science. And though most of those cats that are steel players are very cerebral type of guys.
Yeah,
they're thinkers. I'm about this much. I like to be about this much cerebral, and then this much heart and soul.
Yeah,
I don't want to overcomplicate things because I already complicate things too much.
This is a typical shot of a steel guitar player playing with a big name guy in the band. Okay, this is it. You ready? Here goes. That's it. They look up and smile one time, and then they move on.
Yep.
But anyway.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Being a musician, and not everybody loves classic country, do you have a classic country artist that you go, yeah, I like them? Whether it be, most people say Merle Haggard.
Well, okay. Here's where I also get criticized. So, 'cause especially with Pam in the room, I'm not a Willie Nelson fan. And the drummer and singer in our band, Sunday Drivers, all hail to Willie. I just can't get into Willie.
Right.
So I'm more of like George Jones to me.
Yeah.
Just when if he was sober, or even maybe when he wasn't sober,
right,
he opened his mouth, and it was
gold.
It was gold. Was it the possum? Right.
The possum.
I mean, so I love as I've gotten into some of that old school stuff, and I never really got into the country thing as much I think a lot of it honestly had to be the influence of working for Waco and Hunter back in the day and being around a lot of these people and
you got into
a lot of people.
You got into country when you got around Zach and Jim.
I did.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, here's some things that happened on this date in country music history. See if you recognize any of these. Back in 1933, that was when Pam was born, I believe. 33. The Carter family recorded the classic hymn, Will the Circle Be Unbroken?
That's Willie Nelson.
Classic. 1965, the Beatles. You remember those guys?
Yeah.
The Beatles recorded a classic Buck Owens song. What was it? Mr. No Music.
Give me a clue.
Well, I told you, it's a Buck Owens hit. And Ringo Starr did lead vocals on it, which you know how bad Ringo Starr is.
Yeah, yeah.
All I Gotta Do Is Act Naturally.
Oh, okay.
The Beatles recorded that in 1965. 1974, Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash began recording a series of gospel tracks. Amazing Grace, and the list goes on and on and on. Grammy-nominated album for Johnny Cash, that gospel album he did in 74. 1978, Emmylou Harris took 2 More Bottles of Wine, written by Delbert McClinton, by the way.
That's right.
Went to number 1 on the Billboard country charts. 1978, in the same evening as Emmylou Harris was winning awards, Kenny Rogers recorded 2 major songs. She Believes in Me, and what's his other everybody sings it, Coward of the County. He recorded those 2 songs, and of course, they went on to be giant major hits for Kenny
Zach's
Rogers.
just schooling me on country.
So there you go. That was when country was cool. That's when Barbara Mandrell would sing.
Well, let me ask you, all your years in radio.
Yeah.
Is there one moment or one artist or one thing that really stands out the most of all that you got to really be a part of?
That really stands out, that jumps out at me. And I got to tell you, I've emceed a lot of artists, and there's so many nice ones. And on this show, Chris Cox and I have talked about the artists that were the hardest to get along, the ones you just didn't want to be around. And we both agreed it was David Allan Coe. That was just the way it was. He was just a butt. But anyway, I've mentioned this before, and I'll tell the story again. Probably the greatest experience was the radio station got asked to be the official station for the Garth Brooks concert in Dallas, up at the American Airlines up there. And the reason for that is Garth's management had a falling out with Cumulus Broadcasting, which owned the 2 big country stations in Dallas. And I thought it was a joke when they called me and they said, "Hey, do you want to be part of this?" And I go, "Yeah, okay, right." And they go, "No,
prank call."
Yeah, prank call. Kind of like Pam prank calling you about big sales. Anyway, it was us and one of the other little stations up in the Fort Dallas area. And anyway, cut to the chase. So we had met and been around Garth before, and he was always very, very nice. But we went in with our wives backstage. They had a room that looked almost like a living room. You know, the rugs, the carpets, the chandelier. I mean, it was just his green room. And we go in, and I tell you, Derrick, he cared more about wanting to see pictures of our kids, our family, tell stories about our family. You know, it wasn't about Garth, it was about us. He turned it around. He knew how to do that. And he turned it around, and he talked to us and talked to us and talked forever. And then he did pictures. And then he looks up and he goes, "Well, guess I better go do a show." And we go, "Okay." I mean, he was in there forever with us. Trisha came in, same thing, you know, blah, blah, blah. But one of the best parts of that story was our wives had bought merchandise out. They were selling it out in the courtyard there.
Mm-hmm.
And as we're getting ready to leave, Garth says, "Hey, did you buy that merchandise out there?" And we go, yeah, some hats and shirts. And okay, well, thank y'all for coming. Love y'all, blah, blah, blah. Hey, come out tomorrow. Trish is going to be signing autographs and doing a cooking demonstration at Walmart in Burleson. Come on over. Have a good time with us. Okay. We go to walk out.
That had to be chaos.
Yeah. We're going to walk out, and there's a security guard at the end. And he goes, "Hey," and he gave each one of us all this money, more than we spent. And he says, "Garth says no radio person will ever pay for his merchandise."
Did you put that money on the wall in a shadow box with that merch?
Isn't that amazing, though? Nobody's
cool.
ever done that.
I would be more impressed with the fact that he actually followed through and remembered that.
And you know what? Another thing about Garth, over the years of us being on the air, almost 31 years, we had people stand us up, not call when they're supposed to, not, just complete, or say, "No, we don't do that. Oh, we don't get up until 11 or 12. Garth always called anytime we wanted him to, at any time we wanted him to.
Is that a good work ethic, a good dude, or just everything?
Yeah,
I think he's probably a perfect package, everything. Yeah.
Anyway, that's my story. That's the one that stands out the very most. The other story that I think stands out, of course, meeting George Strait and seeing a lot of his shows. But the other funny story was in Abilene at the out at the fairgrounds. Clint Black was popular, and we gave away a meet and greet to a girl. And at that time, and maybe he still does, Clint Black wore only black, kind of like Johnny Cash. Mm-hmm. Black shirt, black jeans, black cowboy hat. And we're meet and greets right before he goes on. We're running a little bit late. They're in there, and they get a picture, and he's going to walk on. And she gives him a big hug and pulls back, and there is makeup all over Garth Brooks' shirt. I mean, all over Clint Black's shirt. He had to go back. I was so embarrassed. I go, "Oh, my God." Anyway, that's another memory.
That's
right
funny.
there. Yeah. All right, we're talking with Derrick Dutton about good old memories. And I'm going to get him to share a story coming up about, and remember, on this show, you can say anything. This isn't like radio. You can say anything you want. But just remember, what you say will be there forever. Okay? But anyway, think of a good story from that you can tell about Zach and Jim from the past, something that stands out in your mind and about working with us. But we're going to take a commercial break. Big thanks to my friends at Jack of All Trades Employment Services. Helen Underwood, ready to put you to work full-time, part-time, or temporary. And maybe you've got a business that's doing incredibly well and you need people to come to work for you. Well, they're going to handle all of that. They'll interview, screen them, the whole 9 yards. Just give them a chance.
That sounds
They've been
like
around
an easy
a long
button.
time. Do what?
That sounds like an easy button.
Yes.
They'll do it all.
754-7997. 754-7997. Jack of all trades. Remember what they say, Derrick. If you need a J-O-B, call J-O-A-T. Jack of all trades. We'll be right back with more music.
Apollo Neuro is a new kind of wearable that helps your body recover from stress. It's like a wearable hug for your nervous system that helps you calm down and feel better. The Apollo wearable will send gentle vibrations to your body, like a song you can feel instead of hear. You feel better. You sleep better. And you can get back to being yourself. Learn more at apolloneuro.com.
When you learn a language with Babbel, you start a journey that takes you further and further. Anytime and anywhere you wish. It's easy and fun. Broadens your horizons and keeps your brain fit. A journey into new thoughts, new cultures, new adventures. So what are you waiting for? Start your journey with Babbel now. Go to babbel.com or download the app.
BadCreditLoans.com is a pioneering service provider that has carved a reputation in the financial industry for its dedication to helping individuals with bad credit secure loans. By making timely repayments, borrowers can gradually repair their credit history, thereby increasing their chances of securing better loan terms in the future. BadCreditLoans.com serves as a beacon of hope for those with bad credit. Simple, fast, and reliable loan application process. And its commitment to responsible borrowing makes it a trusted partner in the journey towards financial stability.
Did you know nearly all stock price changes of 10% or more result from a single news headline? These news catalysts create trading opportunities every day. All you need is a little help to reach out and take them. It doesn't matter if your investment budget is small or big. All you need is Benzinga Pro and its powerful news alerts, price tracking, and portfolio monitoring. Subscribe now, and we'll skyrocket your portfolio today.
BosleyMD.com.
I've always had thin hair my whole life. It breaks off at a certain length. In the last 6 months, I've noticed it just really bad. I mean, you could totally see it. I wear a hat a lot. I tried several different products. My experience with the Bosley MD hair regrowth kit was amazing. It was easy to use. It let me take off my hat. I could go in public and have my picture taken and feel normal again.
BosleyMD.com.
I don't know, if Bubble wasn't here, I don't know what people would be doing, like making PowerPoints or something. Bubble allows you to make it real and for it to actually work. So I feel like Bubble bridges that gap and being able to give people the opportunity to make their ideas come to life really quickly too. I love that I can sit down and build something the way that I think it should be built and have the control over it.
Bubble turns ideas into fully scalable apps. Try Bubble today.
Hi, I'm Jo from Face Theory. You're going to want to have a specific goal for your skincare routine. What do you want to achieve? Active ingredients are really strong, and if you're using too many at once, your skin can get overwhelmed. Don't overspend on products. Choose products that have scientific research behind them. At Face Theory, if you're not happy with a product, just say so, just give us a shout and we'll give you your money back, no problem.
I know you're gonna love this Kodak Dot Plus printer. You guys just connect it to your smartphone and then you're gonna use the Kodak Photo Print app. It's going to print you a 4x6 photo. I am just in awe. I love how these turned out. Also, the printer comes with a free cartridge of 10 photo sheets. I can assure you, you are going to love this printer as much as my family has. You guys have to check it out for yourself.
Hi, my name's Erica and today I'm going to be taking you through my skincare routine using the Tasmanian Spring Water range from Sand & Sky. This range is really good for dry and dehydrated skin like myself. It's packed with 2 types of hyaluronic acid and fermented sea kelp to reduce redness and irritation, which I experience daily. So that's it. It's so quick and so easy, and my skin feels so dewy and so hydrated.
We're back at the Backyard Bar Stage and Grill Tuesday. Sunny and 92 today. Derrick, what are you going to do today? What's your big plans after, you're kind of like about to shoot your wad right here. So what's the next thing for you?
I'm going to strip the guitar cape off and get out there and be a pharmaceutical rep in front of providers, talking about depression, anxiety, all those different things.
I love you.
So
I love it.
That's what pays the bills.
Yeah.
Right.
Richard Lednicki said you should have brought your wah-wah pedal.
I don't own a wah-wah pedal at the moment. I did.
Yes.
I've had lots of wah-wah days.
Yes.
Yeah.
You sold that over to Brian Burns and Sloppy Joe, right?
I did.
The wah-wah pedal over to them?
I did, yeah. When we were roommates, he owed me rent.
Oh, God. Derrick is here to play some more music. But first of all, before we jump into Derrick, I got to tell you, we've kind of regrouped and changed the date. Originally, I said we were going to start having a studio audience after we got Derrick out of the way.
Thank you.
We were going to start this coming Monday, but plans have changed. We have decided now we're going to start the Monday after 4th of July, which would be the 7th. Monday, July 7th. Now, you're saying, what do I get for coming in? And we're thinking, who's going to be coming in 8 to 10? People like Pam Brazil that don't do anything.
So true.
Right?
Yeah.
But we're thinking about, real estate agents like me. We don't get going. Braden would be here. We got shift workers that could come in. And here's how we're going to entice you to come in the 9 o'clock hour, 9 to 10 o'clock, that 1 hour, because we'll have live music. You can sit back and watch the live. Free breakfast. We're going to have free breakfast Monday through Friday, 9 to 10. And I'm going to buy your first mimosa or Bloody Mary.
Sign me up.
First mimosa or Bloody Mary, free breakfast, and there's more. We're going to give away concert tickets to upcoming shows here at the Backyard Bar, Stage, and Grill. So put it down. Not this coming Monday. It's changed. Monday, July 7th. Monday, July 7th, 9 o'clock, Backyard, 8th Street, downtown Waco. Free breakfast, first free drink, live music, and tickets. What more could you ask for, Derrick?
I got nothing.
There you go.
It's all right there.
All right. So we want to see you here, Derrick. Okay?
Deal. I had a conference call before this.
Hey, you can do the conference call here.
Should.
Just don't turn the microphone on. And
Yep.
All right, let's get back to some music here. We got to hear some music. What do you got for us this time?
So, man, I wish I was more of a vocalist. I'm not.
Yeah, I've heard you. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, you do a good job.
I've always been around great singers. I mean, I really have never kind of had to like step up and do it, or I've always just kind of wanted to be vocal through my guitar.
Right.
And as a matter of fact, one of my favorite compliments I've ever gotten as a guitar player when I was playing a gig with Kristen Kelly was Dick Gimbel.
Great.
He's a legend, right? And he came up to me and he's like, "Man, you're a very vocal guitar player." And I was like, I love that. I'll take that all day long, you know, as opposed to just like, bloop. So anyway, I do a lot of around the house, just kind of like picking and stuff. So this is more of like just instrumental stylings of me, of how I.
Do you go sit in the bathroom and sing so you get that better sound,
We actually, Dave, our bass player and singer and Sunday Drivers, Protka, and I recorded a song in our bathroom. It was a big one, though. It wasn't like a really close, uncomfortable, awkward bathroom.
You had to sit on the toilet while you...
Right. We were actually recording a song for a movie about zombies.
No.
And you got to hear it. It's actually a pretty killer tune. But, yeah. Anyway.
All right. So what are you going to do?
I don't know. We're going to figure it out.
wah-wah.
Did you hear the wah-wah in that?
I like that. Do you ever, even as a guitar player, you can still do this, but do you ever think about composing or writing a song, an instrumental song? Have you done that?
I have not done that. I have a ton of video memos on my phone of like little 30-second to 1 minute vamps of ideas. Surprisingly enough, you may not believe it, but I don't really want to make it all just about me.
Right.
Marini would probably disagree, but so that's a great idea. I've got my thing is like, let's write songs as a band. And Sunday Drivers, we're about 80% covers and 20% originals, and we have tons of stuff in the can. We just don't have tons of time.
Right.
And then life gets in the way. So, but an instrumental, like that instrumental right there, where I was kind of noodling around with, that's got a very much a Allman Brothers. There's an Allman Brothers instrumental that's kind of got that flavor to it, and so. You know what, Zach? I need to just get off the pot and just do that and do some.
You know what? I think at one time, didn't Jim and I ask you to write a morning show little jingle?
Yeah.
Bill?
Do you remember who I did it with?
I don't remember.
Sonny Mac.
Oh, that's right.
And that's before I worked with you.
Oh, my gosh.
That's before I knew you.
Yeah.
And we would play Tom and Jerry's. This was before Tony Calhoun days. So it was after Sprat Attack when I was in Sprat Attack Blues Band. Went over to Sonny Mac. Sonny Mac was getting to be pretty hot. And so we would play Tom and Jerry's.
Was it kind of a bluesy riff kind of thing?
Yeah. I guarantee you Scott Schaefer could probably find that. Because I remember going into the studio recording that. That was the first experience I got to meet Jim and you. And you guys have always been super cool ever since then. And so, but the other one, Pam probably remembers this. Who wrote the Katie's Frozen Custard jingle? Remember the Katie's Frozen Custard?
One? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Katie's Frozen Custard, the greatest stuff on earth.
Yes.
I wrote that.
There you go.
But guess who sung it?
So when does the free custard run out on that contract?
I still got mailbox money coming in. I get probably $10,000 a week. Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
Huh?
Hey, birthdays. Oh, by the way, I was going to tell you that I always wanted to be a songwriter. So let me show you what I've written so far. Okay, you ready?
Go.
Okay. Chat GPT, write me a song. That's just, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, let's do some birthdays. When's your birthday, Derrick?
Pam knows. March 28th.
March 28th.
There's a little more significance to that date for Pam.
March. Now, are your kids, what kind of, is it close to yours at all?
So Marini, my wife, her birthday is March 2nd.
Nice.
Mine's March 28th.
Yes.
And our twin girls are March 31st. I tried to kick Marini down the stairs on March 28th so she would deliver them on my birthday.
Yeah.
But we don't have any stairs. Yeah. But so no. That would have been the coolest gift ever to have your twin daughters born on your birthday.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. There's 4 of us in the house, and then Rise November 11th. So.
Man. You know what causes that, don't you? Anyway.
Wait, he's November 18th. Good Lord, I'm nervous.
All right, here we go. We've got some celebrity birthdays today. Red Foley, one of the legendary names of country, kind of one of the guys that helped start it, was born in 1910. David, I know who this was. David Aikman. You don't recognize that name, but you know him as String Bean. Used to be on Hee Haw. He very interesting story. You ever read it about his murder? The people that came and thought, he had known, people had heard that he had buried money all over the property, and he actually, they came out to rob him and ended up murdering him. And interesting story about String Bean. He was born in 1915, was killed in 1973, I believe. Barry Manilow was born on this date in 1948 and still entertaining. You do some Barry Manilow songs at home. I know you do.
And ABBA.
Who else we got today? Oh, Joe Piscopo, born in 1951. Greg Kinnear, actor, was born on this date in 1963. I'm looking over this list here. Kendrick Lamar Grammy-winning rapper, 1987. I know you know all his songs. You've got that album. And Venus Williams was born on this date in 1980. Venus Williams.
So I picked the day with the most uneventful celebrity birthdays to come in.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a meh.
Do you remember any celebrities that were born on yours that come up on your birthday?
Yes. It's Pink?
Pink? Okay.
Is it? I think Pink is.
I can remember mine, and I'll tell you how. I remember because Richard Nixon was born on my birthday. Gypsy Rose Lee, the famous stripper.
Makes sense.
Bob Denver Gilligan from Gilligan's Island, and Crystal Gale. All born on mine.
When's your birthday?
January 9th. It was a rip-off, a strip-off, and a ship-off was born on my birthday. Jim and I used to talk about that.
Lady Gaga.
That's what it was, Lady Gaga. Thank you.
All right, today my good friend who I met, had no clue who this guy was, met on a Zach and Jim Travel Club cruise. He was not part of it. He was with his family out of the Dallas area. We ended up meeting in, I believe, Roatan, got paired together to play golf. The next day I go to the golf course, which is now closed in Cozumel. They paired me with this guy again, and I knew right then it was meant to be. We're great friends and buddies for all of these years. JJ Batts, who lives up around the other side of kind of Red Oak area up that way.
Okay.
Happy birthday, JJ. Have a great day. Clinton, looky here. Clinton Bond Slaughter is having his birthday today. Clinton's been on the show before. Happy birthday to you. Samantha, I think it's Lina Felter, or Lena Felter, could be. Shelby Hobbs, Justin Blaylock, Bailey Skiff, Debbie Pratt, Amy Bohannon having a birthday today. Cammie Ferris, happy birthday to Cammie. Have a great day. Have a great birthday. Enjoy your day. You got to go over to Scotty now?
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay, let me grab the headsets, Derek, so I can hear Scotty talk.
All good.
This is the time of the morning that we visit with Scotty from the Pete Sousa Show. What's up, my man?
What's going on, Zach? Is Kevin alive? Is he breathing? Is he okay? Is he safe?
I don't know. He's got his little magic lamp. He's been rubbing it all morning going, please let me win 2 games more. Please.
I mean, that's their only hope at this point is some divine intervention, I think.
I think so, too. You watched the game? Did you watch it?
I don't know if I should say this with Kevin listening in. I had I do a kind of a recovery group thing on Monday night.
Right.
And when I got home, I was very excited to turn the game on. I saw it looked close and competitive, and I turned it on during the fourth quarter, and Indiana just collapsed.
Yeah.
And I'm trying very hard not to blame myself. You know how sport curses work, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I turned the game on right like a few minutes before Indiana just melted down there in the fourth quarter. Yeah.
So Thursday, next game, right, Kevin? I believe
correct.
Thursday. Ought to be a good game. Got to win.
Where's that at?
Got to win.
Where's that at?
Got to be in Indiana, right?
Yep, that's right. Back in Indiana.
Yeah, and it would not, Zach, it would not surprise me if Indiana wins Game 6. That actually would not surprise me at all. It would be really true, I think, to who that team is and what this series has been. But it will absolutely shock me if they are able to win 2 games to get this series, just because Oklahoma City is really good. And I thought Indiana had a chance at this when they took Game 1. I was like, oh, great, they've taken the advantage here, right? But now the Thunder have won 3 of the last 4. I just can't picture Indiana winning 2 here.
You know, I would have called you crazy if 20 years ago you would have looked at me and said, hey, Oklahoma City's going to have a national championship basketball team. And I go,
basketball
what?
Team.
What?
That's right. That's right. You just never know. It won't. I think 20 years from now, it might be something crazier, Zach. Like Austin has the Super Bowl championship NFL team.
You never know. You never
know, man.
Hey, did you watch? It was all over TikTok and Facebook and everything. That long putt that J.J. Spawn hit at the U.S. Open to win it. Unbelievable putt.
Yes, I did. And I've told you, I'm not even a huge golf guy, but I did. I've seen multiple angles of that shot. It was crazy.
Crazy long. What else are you going to talk about today on the old show?
Man, it's mostly, sorry, Kevin, it's mostly Thunder talk today. So we're going to have Chris Williams, who's a local news reporter there in Oklahoma City, come on and talk with us about the Thunder and the excitement in the city to maybe bring home a final championship here. And then Pete and I are going to have a debate, Zach, and I'd be curious where you stand on this.
Okay.
He apparently thinks that this is not a one-off, that Oklahoma City is about to have a little Golden State Warriors or San Antonio Spurs style dynasty run here, maybe for the next 4 years or so. I am very skeptical of that. I think that is going to be really, really difficult, and I would even say it's improbable. So we're going to kind of go at each other a little bit and talk about the reasons why. Maybe it's probably more difficult in this era,
right,
to build a consistent championship culture somewhere.
You know, I mentioned a little while ago how 20 years ago, if you would have said Oklahoma City's going to have a championship basketball team, I would have said, and Florida's going to have a championship hockey team, I'd go, you're crazy.
Exactly.
What's going on in this crazy world?
We can argue about whether this is a good thing or a bad thing, but in a lot of ways, the days of dynasties are kind of over right now. This will be, I believe it's the 5th consecutive different NBA champion here. You pointed it out in hockey. The Chiefs have kind of had a magical little run here in the NFL, but even still, we saw them fall apart in the Super Bowl this year. Like it is very difficult in a league with so many talented athletes to win multiple championships. It's just like I don't think we give guys like Greg Popovich and Phil Jackson enough credit for how they did it so frequently.
Yeah, you're right. All right, Scotty, thanks a lot, buddy. We'll talk again tomorrow. Have a great show.
All right, brother. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Pete Sousa's show comes up at 10 o'clock, right after my show, Talking Sports. We're going to take a quick break. Come back. We're going to have more music. Derrick Dutton here at the Backyard Bar, Stage and Grill.
So all you have to do is tap your Popple to the back of someone's phone, like that, and they instantly get your social media and contact info right on the screen. They don't need an app or a Popple to receive your info. With our feature called Popple Direct, you can pop one of your links directly. I turned Direct on for Instagram. Now when I pop someone's phone, it opens directly to my Instagram. So get your Popple today and start impressing everyone you meet. Make it pop.
Welcome to Market XLS, your all-in-one Excel solution for investors. Designed as an enterprise-grade platform, Market XLS caters to investment managers, registered investment advisors, asset managers, financial analysts, option traders, and individual investors alike. We kickstart your journey with AI and an automatic spreadsheet. Market XLS is your gateway to intelligent, secure, and efficient investment management and research. Book your free demo.
Welcome to Kitbag, the ultimate destination for football fans. Whether you're cheering for Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester United, or any other top club, we've got your team's colors running through our veins. From official replica kits to custom player prints of your favorite stars like Ronaldo, Messi, and Kane, Kitbag is your one-stop shop for all things football. Powered by Fanatics, we deliver to over 180 countries, ensuring you get the gear you need fast. For true football passion, think Kitbag. Visit kitbag.com today. That's kitbag.com. Kitbag. For 75 years, Nalgene Outdoor has been your trusted companion, fueling adventures and helping protect the planet. We're committed to reducing waste, improving access to clean water, and providing simple, safe, and sustainable products for you and your family. No gimmicks, just durable, well-designed bottles built to last. Join us on our mission to amplify life, not complicate it. Because at Nalgene, what goes into our bottles matters as much as the adventures they fuel. Explore more at nalgene.com. That's NALGENE.com. Looking for tickets to the hottest shows, games, and events? Ticket Liquidator is your one-stop shop for great prices, no hassles, and guaranteed tickets. Since 2003, we've been connecting buyers and sellers, providing access to sold-out events at prices lower than most secondary market options. Whether it's sports, theater, or concerts, our massive nationwide network ensures you get the tickets you want, guaranteed. For the best seats at the biggest events, start with Ticket Liquidator today at ticketliquidator.com. That's TICKETLIQUIDATOR.com. Ticket Liquidator.
I'm Hunter, the founder of Hello Cake, and today we're digging into ED meds. The number one thing we hear is that guys are sick of waiting for ED meds to kick in. Traditional ED meds take about an hour to kick in as they have to go through your digestive system, where Hello Cake's ED medication dissolves under your tongue and works in about 15 minutes. That's about 3 times faster than traditional ED medication.
Well, I got to do the Alan Samuels
ED
too.
Meds, go to hellocake.com.
They don't have a spot up there yet. Yeah.
Tervis is all about staying hydrated with style and durability. You can trust Tervis tumblers to keep your drinks the perfect temperature, hot or cold, for hours. From the classic insulated tumblers to sleek stainless steel water bottles, each product is built to last and comes in endless designs to match your personality. Stay refreshed and express yourself with Tervis. Visit tervis.com today and find your perfect tumbler.
Since our founding, we've been revolutionizing hair removal with cutting-edge technology and a commitment to empowerment. The U-Like Air 3, launched in 2023, ushers in a new era of sapphire ice cooling technology, offering nearly painless hair reduction in just 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Experience the future of hair removal today at ulike.com, because at ULike, beauty is about looking and feeling good. That's ulike.com. ULike. With Ease US, studio quality voiceovers for your videos online in over 140 languages.
We all like it.
Featuring 468 natural AI voices. Customize the volume, mood, and pauses to perfectly match your content. Plus, capture high-quality videos with no watermark. Record your
back
screen,
about several months ago, the city bus stops right there, and we're wondering, why does he stop right there? The doors open, and we take a second look, and it was this lady trying to get on the bus. He stopped to let her on. She didn't have any pants on. And he's trying to push her off the bus right out here. Here we go. We are back live at the Backyard Bar, Stage, and Grill, 8th Street, downtown Waco. And I want to say welcome to a brand new sponsor here on the Zach Owens Show. My friend John Smith with Brazos Valley Tile Installation. Did you hear what I said? Brazos Valley Tile Installation. They offer tiling up showers, all types of flooring, bathroom makeovers, complete bathroom makeover, kitchen remodels. You know, kitchen remodels, bathroom remodels, that's the 2 number 1 things right there. Granite countertops, full remodels of your home. They do painting. They also offer plumbing and electrical services. They can fix it all. Don't let the name fool you. Brazos Valley Tile does so much more. Call John Smith, over 28 years experience in the business. All the employees passed a strict background check, so you can trust my friend John and his crew. Here's the number. I want you to write this down. 254-258-5254. A lot of 5s. That's the numbers to pick today for your lottery drawing. 254-258-5254. They're good folks over there. Thank you so much for coming on board. John Smith, my friend. Brazos Valley Tile Installation, but they do so much more than that. Alan Samuels, Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Ted Teague, and LB and all the crew over there just off Highway 6 and Highway 84. They're ready to serve you. Stop in Monday through Saturday. Check out the great selection. And right now, Derrick, it's employee pricing. You pay the same price that their employees pay on those incredible Dodge Jeeps, whatever it might be. Love it. And listen to this. Everybody wants a Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. That's hot. Right now, save $15,000 off the price of a Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. Going on right now, employee pricing. Go by and see them at Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Thanks to all of our sponsors this morning. We'll talk more about them tomorrow for a Wednesday. Tomorrow, Pat Curry is going to be here and Patrick Shade, our musician. So it's the back-to-back Pat. Oh, it's Pat. Anyway, back-to-back Pats tomorrow on the show here at the Backyard. Derrick Dutton, thank you so much, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
You know, I love you. And
love you too, brother.
I'm glad you joined the Bald Club for Men, and you took you love followed you too, my steps.
Love you too, Pam.
And I heard that. That's amazing. He had his fingers crossed, though. Thanks to Pam Brazil for coming in this morning. Appreciate that so much. Thanks to Kevin, who is our producer.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you guys so much. Derrick, thank you. Always a pleasure. Want to have you come back.
Yeah.
And we're going to have you close out the show with one final song.
One final noodling.
Do you have time to tell a quick, I know we're running out of time here. Yeah, we're running out of time. So we got to do one quick song.
It was a Taylor Swift story, wasn't it?
Yes, it was the Taylor
Swift.
That's
a good one. We'll tell it later.
All right, go ahead.